it was something I wasn't sure I could tell I wanted to tell because the emotion behind it is raw and real. And I know we live in a time where there's just nuts and psychopaths who would milk something like that. Do you know what I mean? For like, that's me really dealing with grief, which I deal with. I don't deal with well. Talking to my grandma, talking about grief, that's something I'm still trying to deal with and process in real time. So it's a story that I really kind of felt vulnerable and raw with. I probably wouldn't tell again.
Hello, and welcome to Prompt, a podcast for people who love stories. My name is Amy B., and I'm a writer and one of the creators of In a Nutshell, a monthly storytelling show in Sacramento, California. My co-creators are the world-class comedian Keith Lowell Jensen and the ska defender music journalist Aaron Carnes. We get to hear all kinds of great stories, and we want you to hear them too. So every episode, we'll play you a true personal story told at one of our shows, and then we'll talk to the storyteller to not only find out more about the person behind the story, but also discover why they tell the stories they tell. This episode, we're sharing with you a story from Kiry Shabazz, one of Sacramento's most talented comedic storytellers. Kiry told us a story about his first time on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and what starts out as an anxiety-fueled narration on trying to replace the N-word in a joke quickly dives deeper into a candid contemplation on family dynamics, grief, success, and what happens when those closest to us, or more absent from us, define our hopes and dreams. It's a wild ride, so let's just jump straight into the story. But before we do, if you've been on the fence about signing up for the extended version of our podcast, or you're already a huge Kiry fan, now is the time to bite the bullet, because our conversation with Kiry covered a lot of topics and he was his usual thoughtful and quick-witted self. You're gonna want to hear every little bit. And now, without further ado, here's Kiry Shabazz.
Please welcome to the stage Sacramento legend Kiry Shabazz.
One more time for Principal Keith. Let him feel like he was hosting an assembly. And he's bringing me out to do a scared straight. You think crack is cool? I'm mad right now. I don't have health care. For some reason, I got a weird limp. And I hate the timing of this limp, right? Because why now in 2025? Why do I got to have a limp now that Donald Trump bringing slavery back? You know what I mean? Like, it's just... No, I don't want a weird slave limp. Like, hey. I want to be a slave with swag. Somebody said, Jesus, buckle in, buddy. I live in Ohio, and I got a lot of, homophobic family back there. They hate California. California's just homeless people and transsexuals and liberals. And I mean, they're not wrong, but like it's just irritating coming from them. And my cousin was happy that Trump made only 2 genders. He was like, yeah, the motherfuckers in California, now they got a detransition. I was like, what? He was like, detransition? I was like, what does that mean? He was like, yeah, like any man that became a woman, now he got to detransition back to man. I'm like, you idiot, that's still transitioning. Like, it doesn't... These are the people that picked our president, the people that don't... Now Elon Musk's sending us unwanted love. I don't want that love. You can keep that. Serious. He's a real-life supervillain, There's going to be some horrible times we're about to see. We're about to see Tesla concentration camps. That won't be pretty. People going to be taking self-driving trains to Auschwitz. This is going to be... I'm not agreeing with it. I'm against it. Being a high-tech death camp in a gas chamber, like, hey, what's the Wi-Fi password? But I'm gonna tell the story for y'all. It's I'm not a big storyteller, but I got to do a storytelling show with Keith at Luna's Cafe. Clap if you know Luna's. Love it. Luna's was my favorite place. If y'all haven't been, Luna's like the small little cafe, and the temperature was always above 90 degrees, no matter what the season was. And it was a great place because when people are in there, you kill, you have a good time, you laugh. But it's also the worst place because if it was empty, you're just bombing, staring one of your peers in the eyes, and that's the worst thing as a comic when somebody bombs and they look at you like, I can't help you, look away. Don't bring me in this with you, I'm next. But I was very intimidated, man. Keith and Johnny Taylor are some of the best storytellers, man, I've ever seen. If y'all know a comedian named Johnny Taylor, man, he's brilliant. I did the show just as a practice. I liked the story I did there, so I'm gonna do it tonight with y'all if that's fine, and we'll do that. And then I'll limp on back. Hopefully they'll play Fred Sanford when I walk away. God, I hate this limp. No, the story, I'll just get into it. I don't know how to start it. I didn't work on how to start it. So I'll just get into it. Thanks for the cough, ma'am. I appreciate it. I don't know if you know this, but you can't say the N-word on The Tonight Show. I had a hunch. It was network TV. But I found out when I booked The Tonight Show for the first time. The first time I was ever on TV was Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. It was one of the best times of my life. It was an opportunity I had worked hard for that I got. And when you submit for The Tonight Show, what you do is you write your jokes out. You write them out word for word. And you email it to the booker, and they go over and make sure nothing can offend their sponsors. For example, I had a bit about Taco Bell I had to change because they were like, well, yeah, Taco Bell's a sponsor, and your joke could offend them. Now, I don't know if this joke was offensive. Y'all tell me. The joke was, I don't like working at Taco Bell because I have to lie to people and tell them, have a nice day, knowing they're going to have explosive diarrhea immediately after. I don't see what the issue was, but I had to change Taco Bell. I just say fast food. And what happens when you submit the jokes, the booker approves of it, then they send you out to record it. So now you go and you record the set and you work it out. Then you submit it again, and then they send it to Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon approves it, and you're on The Tonight Show. And I went through that grueling process. I did the set around all over the town. Nobody knew what I was working on. And one of the bits I had was one of my strongest jokes at the time. It was about the movie Home Alone. And the base of the joke is, I think Home Alone is a tragedy, but I get why white people find it funny, because to them it makes no sense. They laugh at it like, ha ha ha, who would ever leave a child unattended? Ha 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 ha. Who would ever leave an 8-year-old boy home alone? And the punchline to this joke was, niggas, we do it all the time. I was a young comic, not my proudest moment. Couldn't do the joke, but they loved it. They said, we love the joke. Just got to change that word. And I fancy myself as an intellectual. I'm like, my jokes don't rely on one word. I can change it. So I had to go around and find different versions for this bit. The first one I came back to them with was, who would leave a child unattended? Minorities, we do it all the time. And they were like, yeah, that's way worse. Do you not see how that's worse? You went from offending one group of people to all groups of people. The Samoan community would have been outraged. So I had to change it. And the tricky thing about stand-up comedy, you could change one word to a joke, and it'd change the whole thing. I had a version, I was like, my family. And that just didn't hit for some reason. Family was bombing everywhere. No, it wouldn't get a laugh. So I found another word. I said, my mom. And my mom worked. And I sent it in. They reviewed it. They're like, well, we don't know if we like, you saying your mom left you home alone. That raises too many questions and concerns. That's neglect. What kind of mother would do that? And blah, 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 blah. And it was like, it's just not a good look. Find something else. So I came back to them with Dad. And they loved Dad. Dad got greenlit immediately. They were like, yes, dads are stupid. A dad would leave a child home alone. Plus, you're a black man admitting you know your father. That's a double plus. No, don't. Ooh, this is before DEI was extinguished, all right? They needed... They were happy, man. They were like, yes, Dad. So I did it. I booked the Tonight Show. I went and I did it, and I was on cloud nine. My childhood friend was there with me, my manager, my whole team was there. It was great. I got to meet Questlove. Well, they kind of thought I was already a member of the Roots, but like that. I got to meet Fallon, who, by the way, Fallon can drink. He could throw some shots back, all right? I'm like, this is a network clean guy, okay, Mr., the tequila shots. But I got to meet him, and it was great. I performed it. I did my set. I was on cloud nine. I went to my green room, and I turned my phone on, and my phone was blown up, and it was my dad. He was outraged. He was like, I ain't never left you home alone. You a goddamn lie, boy. I was like, Dad, it was you. Our niggas was say them niggas. Had to hang up on him. My dad, is a Black Panther, Nation of Islam. He prides himself on being a father. He was upset about that. The next call I got was from my mom, who was laughing hysterically. She was like, I see you roasted your fat daddy, boy. I'm finally proud of you, son. I love you. I'm like, don't get too happy, Mom. It was almost you. It was almost... I got to do that. And the reason this story's been coming back to me lately, and I've been thinking about it because, I post content online, and people get in the comments, you get a lot of racist trolls. And they're always talking about black comics are always talking about race and how come y'all get to say the N-word and we don't? And I be wanting to tell them I can't say the N-word. Like I can't. There's consequences to that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can say it, around on the street, but this is an opportunity I really wanted. This was an opportunity that was afforded to very few comedians. I was not about to turn down this opportunity because I refused to change one word. That wasn't a battle I was willing to die on. And because of that joke, I got to do corporate shows, clean shows. I got to make a lot of money. You see, there's financial reward to when you don't say the N-word, and especially on a public platform. Now, if I'm a comic and every other punchline is nigga, 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 then my money goes down. Do you know what I mean? There's consequences to that. I wouldn't be able to write on TV or do any of those things. So when I argue with these racist trolls, I get so upset because they're trying to fight this battle right now about censorship. And I don't think it's censorship. We're just asking people to be decent in public. Like, that's not a hard... Thank you, one clap. Thank you. But I ignore them because, you argue with trolls in the comment section. You don't win. Anytime you come back on a comment thread, you ever argue with somebody on Facebook? You have to hit see more, you lost. Like, it's not... But it was. I had to change that joke, and I'll do it a million times. I'll do it over. I remember when I booked it. I flew in to New York City. I love New York. New York is one of those cities that still have a magic to me. Like, L.A. used to have that magic if anyone's been in L.A., but now it's lost. You know what I mean? I go to L.A. and I'm like, the people on the plane are excited, but I'm like, fuck L.A., But New York shows that magic. I remember I flew in, because on the Tonight Show, they don't fly you in. You got to find your own way there, but they flew me in. And I'm getting off the plane, and I'm coming down the escalator, and I almost lost my mind. Standing down there was one of them, like, concierge-y, like, butler dudes with a sign, and it was spelled wrong, but it said my name. I knew I was Kirby Shabazz, but I was excited. I'm like, oh, my God, I made it, finally. You only see this in movies. Then they had a car service waiting for me. It was this, like, luxury black car. They drove me into New York, and I'm driving by, and it looks beautiful, man. This whole scene coming into New York. Now, I'm fronting at this point. I'm playing gangster rap. You know what I mean? I'm playing, like, Nas and Jay-Z and, like, classic New York. But in my mind, I'm having a white girl moment. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to play Taylor Swift, Welcome to New York. Like, it felt like I wanted to carry Bradshaw and do one of these spin moves with... But I had to repress that. You know what I mean? And the craziest thing, despite this, right, despite booking this, despite working hard, I had this weird feeling in my mind, this imposter syndrome, because I grew up believing good things don't happen to people like me. I can't win that. I'm not going to win that. I'll make it to the semifinals and maybe do this, or I'm not going to do that. I don't know if anybody ever had that feeling. I psyched myself out. Something's going to go horribly wrong. I've been raised my whole life to believe that I'm a fuck up. You know what I mean? Something's going to go bad. So I'm like, damn, something's going to go bad. I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to forget my words. I'm going to freeze on live TV. I'm going to piss my pants or crap my pants. Something's going to happen. I'm going to slip up and say, niggas! Like, I'm going to fucking, like... Because you know you're not trying to say it, you say it. You know what I mean? It's all these fears, like, what if I'm weird when I meet this person, that person? All these things, because I don't deserve happiness. That's my mom. I don't deserve happiness. I don't deserve good things. Big imposter syndrome. First night I get there, they have you go around New York City and test your joke outs on all the clubs. I was like, okay, this is it. New York audiences are the toughest comedy audiences. They'll tell me the truth. I got this clean, network-friendly joke, and boo, 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 boo. Like, they're going to be like, boo, get that trash out of here. I went to 4 clubs in New York. The set worked perfectly. I'm like, okay, this is a good set. I might actually have a shot at this. I'm having fun, going out. Went to a comedy club called The Stand. They have one of the best restaurants in the city. I got some macaroni and cheese and hummus. It was on my management company's dime, so I ran the credit card out. I'm eating all kind of food. I ran into another comedian buddy of mine on the street, walking out. We went and we grabbed a slice of pizza. Like, you got to have New York pizza. I also want to try a New York bagel. Like, I'm living it up right now because I'm afraid and terrified something horrible is going to happen. I'm not going to make it to the show. Something as bad is going to happen. I always fuck things up. And I'm going home to the hotel. And I get out of the cab because I see a hot dog stand. As you guys can tell, I eat for comfort. And I go and I get a hot dog stand, I eat it, and I'm walking to the hotel. It's only a few blocks. Now, something started rumbling in my stomach. And it was that rumble where you like, oh, this is real. This isn't a drill. Like, So I'm trying to walk and run as fast as I can to the hotel. It's a few blocks away, but I don't know if you guys ever had to use the bathroom. You know, when you see the building, it gets worse. Like, now my stomach is throbbing. Whatever rat meat is in this hot dog, and the grease from that pizza is all spiraling and working together. And my stomach and my intestines are throbbing violently. I get to the hotel, I go to the elevator, it's taking forever. I'm like, fuck, like, ugh. I go up to my room, I check my pockets, I forgot my hotel key. Gotta go all the way back downstairs. There's a line. I'm not being racist, but when you have to use the bathroom, you don't have patience for Russian immigrants who don't speak English, all right? They were trying to figure things out. A guy saw me concerned, he took me over, got me a new key, I went back upstairs, I hit the door. Y'all know the sound your key makes when it hits the door? That little... As soon as my brain heard, everything I'd eaten that entire day left my body at once. I'm embarrassed to tell this story. Everything in my body left at once. Now, I've crapped my pants in elementary school, so I know kick your shoes off quick. So some of y'all been there, y'all know. I kicked the shoes off before the mud slide, gets. And I go to the bathroom. The bathroom is right there. So I go to the bathroom, and it's a mess. The problem is my stomach wasn't done. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, just one and done. It was like, no, you about to be here for a minute, buddy. It's a mess. I'm pulling my pants down. There's mess everywhere. I'm getting stuff on the walls and stuff sliding around. Stuff on the edge of the toilet. And I'm just like, now stuff is coming out of both ends. And I'm sitting here groaning in pain. And I'm glad there was no hidden cameras. Well, I kind of wish there were hidden cameras. But I started laughing like a psychopath as I'm in this bathroom, relieving everything out of my body. And I'm wiping this mess up and trying to clean up. I started laughing hysterically. Because I was like, oh shit, the worst thing that could happen just happened. I am fine for tomorrow. I have nothing to worry about. There's no way I'm going to crap my pants. I just got it all out. I am good for the rest of the week. I go, I do my set, right? I keep my little secret to myself. I go do my set. And again, great set, had a good time. I go to the green room. First call is my dad. Second call is my mom. And as much as they made that moment about them, I was so bothered by that. Because my mom and my dad didn't raise me. My mom was a drug addict. You know, she chose that life over raising us. We lived in Ohio with my dad. My dad likes to say he raised us, but he was more like a roommate. You know what I mean? Like, we both just stayed at his mom's house. You know what I mean? He dropped me off and, like, just went upstairs, like, all right, figure it out. Like, don't eat my food. Like, it's that, do you mean like he was there, but he wasn't there? My grandma raised me. My grandma raised me, man. My grandma, this old lady, raised me and my brother. And I was a badass kid. I was a terrible, got suspended every day. I had a thing where teachers would always say, never in my years of teaching. I will stab you with a pencil. Lady, what the fuck you mean do math problems? Like I was a bad kid. And my grandma had to deal with that. And she was old school, so she believed in waking up, getting you ready, getting your clothes ironed, getting your everything ready for school. She was so patient with me, loving and caring. She would not give up on me. And all I did was fuck up all the time. I remember I was embarrassed. I could never give her nothing to hang on the wall. No degrees, no awards. You know, like little awards and ribbons you win in school. I had nothing to give her, nothing to show her. And she died before I got to do the Tonight Show. She died. And I never got to say goodbye to her. When she died, I think the last thing she knew about me was I was in jail. I was in the Sacramento County jail. It was some bullshit, but I was in jail, you know. Like real tickets and some bullshit. And I remember that horrible feeling that was the last thing my grandma knew. I don't know if y'all ever lost somebody you never could say goodbye. That haunts me for the rest of my fucking life. That is a wound I cannot heal in my life. So ever since then, my whole career, I don't care about fame, clout, none of that shit. I just want her to know, like, her sacrifice was worth it. You know what I mean? Like, she raised somebody like that was worth. Fuck y'all. I wrote a note saying, don't cry, don't be a bitch, don't. But I love her, man. I miss her. And in this one moment I knew she would have been proud about. She would have bragged about it for months, for years. She would have cared about it. She also would have said, you know, how much bigger are you going to get? You know, she an old black lady. You sure look fat on there. Like, okay, old lady. But these two people who never gave a fuck about me was making this moment about them. And I believe in God, but there's this haunting feeling I have that she will never see anything I do, no matter how successful I get. So I don't know the point I'm trying to say other than, like, I don't know what kids y'all got in your life or people. If y'all got some badass, big-headed kids that's getting on your nerves, be patient with them, man. Show them some love. Like, we need more love and kindness right now, man. And so, yeah, you can't say nigga on the Tonight Show, but hey, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm Kiry Shabazz.
You changed your original punchline to dad, but part of why the original punchline worked is because it was kind of had this, like, schlocky, old-timey showbiz sound to it, right? So how did dad work with that? Did you have to change the delivery of dad, or?
You know, I don't know why dad worked, because the original one, I make the N word. I make it more Showtimey in a bit, just to like jazz it up. But when I say it, I usually just say it like oh niggas, we do it all the time.
Oh, you don't usually do the.
No. Yeah. When I do it, when I do it now, I kind of, I don't know if it's like Stepin, Fetchit, but like I kind of make it more like, and that's just to take some of the sting off it a bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like just but no. So when I say it, I just kind of say it regular. So I think I'm trying to think like. I don't know why. Just certain words wouldn't work, like family.
Yeah, too many syllables.
Yeah,
I think.
but dad worked and mom worked as well, and black people didn't work. I don't know why the N word, but versus black people. You know what I mean? It's just maybe how certain words are. I don't know if it's like a comedy rule, but it was like black people, we do it all the time, and it's our family, my family, they did it all the time, but. Mom, dad worked. Minorities did work, not as hard as mom and dad. But again, you know, they were like, yeah, that's a whole nother bag of issues. Now you're offending everybody. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, I don't know why dad, but dad was dad just worked, and it seemed like the less offensive option.
Have you tried to do like dads? Like, da-da-da?
I will now. Yeah. I'll do the hands and the da-da-da. Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about the depiction of dads in sitcoms and in comedy movies.
My dad he's not dumb, but he is dad dumb. You know what I mean? So there is there's a truth of dad dumb, but he really was upset because he's all like Nation of Islam. He's reading books by Elijah Muhammad and that sort of black pseudo-intellectual. So he just was he really was bothered by it. It wasn't. I joke it up and everything. It really was a thing. It really was like an issue with him.
That's one of my favorite moments because you kind of tell the story twice in a way because you tell it the first time and everybody kind of is relating to you and feel like they understand. They have this generic sense of mom and dad.
Yeah.
And then when you take us all the way through and we're all comfortable and we're all used to you, and then you kind of reintroduce them, and that there's this whole different tone to it. There's this turn, and it's like I feel it.
That they're not great parents.
And or that it's more complicated and like, and that you're having this moment where maybe you've arrived, and then like. They're not. It's like they're not calling for you.
They're making it about them.
It's about them.
Yeah.
And then at the moment I feel like you really just. It's so lonely. It's just like this lonely moment.
100%.
You also say a line that gets a laugh, and then is so painful. You just slip it in where your mom goes, "I'm finally proud of you."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's part of a punchline, so it gets this big laugh, and then I go, "Oh, ouch!"
No, yeah,
it's, you know,
it's true. She's one of those people, man, where she was just happy to see, I roasted my dad. She wants to know how I reacted, and then she had heard about some of the drama too. So, because again, it became a real thing. Like, so she called in to be, like, oh well, tell him to shut. You know what I mean? So So they took it in and they really rolled on that, and the way any kind of bad parent will do, they use it as like, well, we were that way, so you can get this far,
Right.
Oh, so they're taking credit.
You know what I mean? Yeah. My dad's like, yeah, the times you called me and asked for money and were pleading, I wanted to make a man out of you. So I was like, no, you were being a psychopath.
Yeah.
But that was to get me to the Tonight Show and. Sort of the same with my mom. My mom once said, completely unself-aware, me and my sister were talking about therapy, and, and she was like, my sister mentioned that she had talked to my mom in therapy, and my mom was like, y'all can't talk about me in therapy. She was like, especially you, Kiry, and to give you context, I didn't know my mom growing up, you know what I mean? She was out here in California. She was like, you can't talk about me in therapy because I wasn't there. Whatever's wrong with you wasn't my fault. Like, yeah, wow. Like a therapist is gonna overlook that. Like,
wow,
you can't blame me for anything because I wasn't there. So that gives you that. I still love them; they're sweet people, but it's that thing when you lose you know, when you lose somebody that you really care about, you latch on to the wrong people hoping they'll fill that spot. So at that age, I'm in a position where I'm looking for people to kind of fill that spot. I'm looking now for them to step up and be what I would have had in that moment. That support system, and it's not there. And when you kind of latch on to that kind of false foundation. So I'm over that now. I don't want to sound like one of those adults that still hang on it. Because I was young when I did that, but yeah, now I'm at a place now where I'm past it. But at that time, I was just looking for them to kind of be parents now, and, you know.
Well, I feel like that part really encapsulates how you're just such a good storyteller. So I don't know how much you planned that out or how much just the way you kind of took us through it, and then you turned it and you turned the screw, and we're right there with you. I haven't watched your comedy. I've only seen you live a few times, and I feel like that's what I see every time is that you're in the moment, you're exactly in the moment, you're speaking from the moment, you're commenting on the moment, you're observing it. It's usually absurd. You're commenting on an absurdity.
Yes.
And there's layers. It's not just humor, but it's funny. It's like you are like a true comedic storyteller. That's my opinion.
Thank you, because I really, and I go back and forth with Keith and Johnny all the time. I rarely see myself as a storyteller, right? I feel intimidated because I feel like, especially with storytelling, there has to be that payoff, or there's a reason why you hold people's attention for that long. And so I really genuinely appreciate hearing that, because you try to pick and choose what you share with people, what you don't, and what you hold back. And with that particular story, I never know what part to lean into more or what not. Do you talk more about the effects of narcissistic parents and what that's like to, you know, have that be a support system? Do you talk more about imposter syndrome? Do you talk more about grief?
I was worried because I do know you have some of those feelings, and you did crack a little bit on stage.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was real and honest. It was everything we want. But I was worried that it would make you not want to do the show again. And yet you came off stage saying that was great. I want to do that again.
Yeah. If I'm going to talk about grief, I at least want them to have like a really good point of view about it. And who wants to come hear about grief? And I'm like, okay, well, this is something I handle poorly. I like to bear grief. I don't like to think about it. I like to just work to obsess. I think that's been the driving ambition behind my career so far, is I bury myself in work. I'm pushing to not think about stuff or to bury those pain and emotions. So when something like that comes up on stage, I am at the risk of like really breaking down on there.
Yeah.
I know. Does it sound like? But I have the potential of really sobbing miserably about my grandmother, and to me that'd be the most humiliating thing.
And yet,
as you tell it, you heal, right? So that emotional impact isn't always going to be there. And if you're relying on that emotional impact or that thing, eventually now you're going to create this artificial thing where you have to hit that note.
So
do you get what I mean? Because
I totally get that. And I have a couple parts of a couple different stories where it's hard for me not to tear up.
Yeah.
And I want to hammer it until I don't tear up. Because I feel like if I do it once, I will. I want to keep doing it.
Right.
I mean, if you're working, and you're not feeling the emotion, and then you're finally feeling the emotion on stage, it almost seems like maybe you might have to go through that in order to even...
Yeah, with a therapist and a psychiatrist.
Yeah, no, we're
professionals.
therapy.
Not an audience, and I'm frightening them, and I'm, running around spreading fecal matter on the wall, like just a complete maniac. So, no, I think in a room with professionals, yes. I think it's unfair for audience when artists sort of kind of trauma or therapy dump
unloads onto them, like
on an audience. Yeah, it's like, man, sort through that shit in therapy, figure it out, have a really good perspective or grip on it, because then you can help people. So that's the only reason I felt like vulnerable or irresponsible with it, because these are things I'm not even sorting through, myself.
Yeah.
And now you're just spilling it out on the audience. It feels sort of indulgent and selfish to sort of...
Yeah, but I feel like there's a balance to strike, and I feel like you struck it.
Okay, I hope so.
Because there was a resolution to it.
Hey everybody, this is Aaron. Thanks for listening to Prompt. But don't go anywhere, Because you're a paid subscriber, you get to hear the entire interview. Yay! We appreciate your support. We're just three friends who love stories, and we know you do too. And now, let's get back to the rest of the interview.
You know, my grandma didn't have to raise any of us. My grandma was, she was the woman who took in a bunch of kids into her home. I was raised with my cousins and brothers, and, you know, while all of our parents were out doing whatever, it was the 90s. So, and that patience of like, you're going to sacrifice the last years of your life. You're going to spend your elderly years raising these kids, and you might be wrong about, not every kid has a bright future.
Yeah.
You know? And that's
Okay.
right, because and I think that's the problem with kids is that we never know which one is going to be a kid worth investing in. So you have to have a blanket love for all children.
So maybe we would evolved that, you know, that's like nurture. Blanket nurture.
And she was wrong about so many of them.
Oh.
No,
Hey.
a lot of them did, and I'm not even saying I turned out to be anything, but I felt I had to course correct of like, you know, when somebody pours that much love into you, and I really feel that with her, like, when somebody pours that much love into you when that young, they see the shit you don't see. Like, she's saying, damn, here I got my son, my grown son is bringing his children from California because he fell out with his baby mom out there. These poor kids ain't got nowhere to go. They're finna have a rough life ahead of them. He's running from foster care stuff. Like, you're taking them in hoping that, you know what I mean? Like, you're saving a life from potential doom. So, kind of sort of after my grandma, I didn't mean to go down this route, but like sort of after my grandma passed, I'm seeing my cousins and them just sort of like, just be everything she didn't want us to be. It's like, oh, so now y'all drinking more, now y'all doing drugs, now y'all in gangs, now y'all in this. So my biggest thing is I was mainly embarrassed because at that time, I was in jail. I was at the Sacramento County Jail, but I'm not a thug, so I'm not in prison for like some hardcore gangbanging shit. I'm in there for like just light road violations and.
So it's a defining thing in your life that you feel a sense of responsibility and obligation because of her sacrifice. Like that it has to be worthwhile. Absolutely,
because you could be, I hate when people say, she really was a kind person. And I'm not going to say she was nice, but I think kindness is so rare, and the reason we all don't choose kindness is because you get fucked over in the end.
Yeah.
You be kind to somebody and then they fuck you in the end. So when we do that to people, when you fuck over, I don't know if this is a clean podcast, but
nope.
when you fuck over somebody who's kind to you, you sort of poison a well for other people.
Yeah.
So I always look at it like, okay, well, man, she really at least wanted one of us to just not be strung out on drugs, to not be another stereotype, to not be like, can one of us do that, you know?
Yeah.
And luckily in my family I have so many, you know, drug addicts and misfits and gays.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I get to be that, but if it was the opposite, if everybody had their shit together, I would definitely be the drunk meth addict.
Would that be a relief?
So you're contrary.
Yeah, the art could be horrible. Like, he had a bright future that just didn't, you know. So, yeah. Now it's the opposite person. Like, this thing has to become something.
Yeah.
Which I'm, you know.
You've come this far. You gotta finish it.
But I'm fine if I just end up being a middle school teacher or something.
Are you?
Not nothing wrong with being a teacher, but, you know.
I have a completely like topic shift question.
Producer Aaron.
Yes, I do. So, listening to your story, I mean, I assumed that being on the Tonight Show, it was the whole production, you know?
Yeah.
I had no idea that they workshopped the material with you and had you go out and to clubs and perform it and record it. So, can you give us a little more details about that? Like, how long was it from the time they said, you're going to be on the Tonight Show, show us your material, and the time when you actually were on the show?
That probably was about a six to maybe even 8 month process.
Wow.
Because you go back and forth, and a lot of comics don't make it through that process because a lot of them get annoyed because we don't like to hear people's opinions about our jokes and stuff like that. I believe people are experts in their field, so it's like, I know everybody's not an expert, but like, yo, you know network TV, you know what to do. It's arrogant of me to come off of open mics and be like, nah, y'all wrong. These jokes are fine the way they are. Like, you know something about your field. And I love the challenge. And it felt good for Keith, I don't know if you like that, but it feels good when someone cares enough about your bits to want to go through them bit by bit. So I enjoy that.
Wow.
It made the work feel like something too. Versus you're normally trying to just run your jokes by people who just don't want to fucking hear it.
That's such a healthy attitude. I'm feeling pretty jealous right now.
No, but it came from like just, yo, y'all want to set me up to win.
Yeah.
Y'all want it to look nice, and some people just view it as like, oh, you want to censor me, and I'm like,
you're getting in my shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, so what if you do censor me? Now in this moment, I still get to come back to Sacramento or LA or wherever and do it how I want to do it. It's like you're
say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Right.
This group of white people that seem to be obsessed with this idea that they don't get to say the N-word and that's like the worst thing in the world, and but you're pointing out that it's not that simple.
Yeah, like I can't say it either. Like I can say it, but I can't. Like there's consequences when I say it too.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to, and that's what I'm saying about me trying to figure out the bit and what. There's so many ways I can take it. But to answer the original question, I was saying yes, it's a whole process. You write it out, you send it, you go back and forth, and I liked learning about that, right? Because some stuff seems common sense. It's like I had a bit about Taco Bell, and it's like, oh yeah, Taco Bell probably will be a sponsor. Yeah. This thing is about making ad money. You can't offend the advertisers. So that's why I enjoyed the process too, because like you're learning like, oh, okay, this is a whole bigger thing in a process than just getting your little jokes off, so.
I mean, I would have never guessed that it would have been an 6 to 8 month process of like fine tuning the material. I would have never guessed that.
Sometimes it could be short or quick. It just depends on where the material's at.
Yeah.
Some people are ready to go, Yeah. That was more of a reflection on me.
Will Durst, and I love Will Durst, and I'm a huge fan. Mm-hmm. I'm not telling this as a slight against him, but this is in several books on comedy I've read.
Yeah.
People use him as a bad example because he got on The Tonight Show. They picked his jokes. His jokes, though, they didn't give him someone else's jokes.
Yeah.
They were like, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And he said, well, that's none of my political stuff. And they said, right. We don't have an audience that likes political jokes, but they would love these. And he goes, oh, okay. And then went on and did his political jokes anyway. And he got banned for life.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Bombed and got banned. And this is a guy who's had a great career. He's gotten some great accolades, but he probably could have been on a different level. But he I don't know that he's unhappy with that choice.
Yeah.
He may be totally okay with that choice.
Right.
I guess we all have to make that choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pick and choose your battles. Yeah, it's like, to me, that wasn't the hill to die on. It's like, all right, you could be clean. And then, so, a lot of my friends are looking at me like, well, why are you, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm all squeaky clean, like,
I did not know that you were preparing for The Tonight Show.
Yeah.
But I figured you were preparing for something. I knew it was something like that.
When you a pro, so you know, like...
I'd seen other comedians do it.
Yeah.
You should have really played that up and, like, made other changes just to keep people guessing.
Oh, yeah. Like, stuff in, it's... Vaudevillians are the most... I attack Vaudevillians, so I hate them so much now. When
I brought you past Roseville, even all the way to Rockland, to do a show at... Blacktop Comedy. Yeah. And it was a room full of white people.
Yes.
And it did scare you.
Yeah.
You were not sure they were going to like you. You were nervous before the show.
Absolutely.
And we were saying earlier, when you're nervous about something, it comes out in your opening.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I saw you do the bit where you look at the audience and you say, can you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Oh, God.
And it was so funny. And there was an old white lady in the front row that you were kind of bonding with. You were like, I bet you can cook, can't you?
She had that look. She had that, like, Mrs. Fields, like, she can make a mean Popeye look. Yeah.
When I go to see you, I always hope that you're feeling insecure beforehand because I know you're going to spin that into gold.
Oh, absolutely, dude. The times, the best moment I ever had, I was in Alameda, and I was walking, and of course they papered the room. Nobody knew who I was. But it was kind of raining, and people were lined up outside, so I'm thanking people for being there. And it was just like one, like, older kind of white couple, and I walk up to them, and they're frightened. They're clutching their purse. They're like, we don't have change. Like, they're like, what do you want? And I'm sitting in the back of the club salivating because, like, they have no idea I'm the headliner. I'm about to come on stage. So to me, it's just like that reaction to this random dude outside the club panhandling for crack money. Right. And then coming up. So, yeah, man, when I'm nervous and insecure and out of it, I love it. I love when I have access to, like, because sometimes I'll stay at nice hotels or I get to taste a bit of luxury and I don't change up, right? I don't overdress or do anything. So I love the looks of, like, is he supposed to be here?
Right.
Or, you know, they have, I'm being so ratchet right now, but they'll have these executive lounges in these hotels where, you know, they give you the private breakfast and snacks. And so I have, like, key cards to there. But just instead of using the key card, it's like, why not wait till someone leaves and put your foot in the door? And you come in, now the little concierge people are panicking, and you get to show the card, and like, so I love that because I really advocate for, you know, just people who give us a tough time for how we look and how we feel, or these people who are, I'm going down a rant, but like, these people who occupy these fancy spaces, who make the same money we make, but then try to make us feel different than the people they're trying to serve.
Right.
If that makes sense, it's like, yo, you're a concierge person. You probably make minimum wage. You're probably getting poorly underpaid. Stop trying to please these 1%ers.
Right.
And then using that hatred on me. You know what I mean? Like, or just like the people who break up these protests. It's like, yo, y'all don't have family.
Right.
Y'all don't have, like, I don't see how soldiers can separate that.
Yeah.
Am I going off left field or does
No.
like
We like left field.
But it is training. They're they're trained to.
Oh yeah, sure, that is a little different. Yeah.
So they're brainwashed, or I mean,
yeah,
you
they're
say.
brainwashed. Yeah, that's why I like this hotel because
So we're at the AC Hotel
AC Hotel
in Sacramento, California, and you walked in the door, and they treated you like a celebrity had just walked in. They all knew you by name. They all said hello.
It was love.
They hugged you.
Gave us she made you get up and hug her.
Made me get up and hug her.
And
yes.
then gave us. They put us in our own. We were just gonna record in the corner of the lobby. They were like,
Yep.
"Oh, we got a room for you," and they like put
Yep.
us in this little private area. I mean, what's going on here?
This is this is a place I've stayed at. When I did y'all storytelling show, I stayed here because remember I was gonna like go and shower at the theater, and so sometimes I'll stay here, and you know.
That's when I started my campaign to try to teach Kiry how to act a little more like a rock star.
Keith is low-key a diva, y'all don't know, but it is a rock star mentality I want to adopt.
I'm not even the diva. I'm trying to be the diva, like to live through you. I want Kiry to walk in and go, I'm Kiry fucking Shabazz. Yes,
we
I'll
just
use
followed
the
behind
shower.
you.
I would like my own dressing room with a shower, please. And in fact, I'm going to come in early and take a nap too. Like, you can do that. You're Kiry Shabazz.
No, but you know, I think what I love about our field is you set yourself up for failure when you build that ego, because comedy is so much about being, I didn't want to say the underdog, but like just being in the level of like relatability of,
Yes.
You know those comedians who,
Patton Oswalt.
do you get what I mean? Like, it's, oh wait, is he the opposite or is he like down to earth?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for him, but
Oh, okay.
I just feel like you get rich, you get to a certain place, and then you kind of don't have anything to talk about anymore.
Yeah, like, and he's one
you're
of my
dialing it
faves.
in.
So I got afraid.
I
was like, oh my God, is he a terrible person? Like,
no,
but it is like, I think especially now with the way comedy's trying to become so cool or so this and that. It's like when your ego is that inflated or that high, when you feel like you can't shake hands or you can't be a person and exist, it's like you lose that ability to find humor. Because like you said, my humor comes from being neurotic or insecure in moments. And if I come in like I'm the shit, then now I can't take a risk on stage or be vulnerable or,
But how does that work for life then?
Terribly. I mean, it's not a good philosophy.
Yeah, so can you turn that off?
Yeah, it's weird. I can turn it off when I'm in a meeting for, like, when I do business, I can turn it off. So I do really well when I'm in meetings with, like, executives or with networks, because then I know my worth, I know my value, I know how to say it. But I'm such a slave to creativity, I feel like when our peers build those egos and they're around us, you only discourage us. Right. So what joy do I get from having this ego around an open mic or around comics, flexing on trying to have this muscle? Like, we're supposed to be building each other creatively. That ego and that dick on the table shit comes when we getting bags and we getting monies and signing deals. So when I'm in a room full of suits, and we had that conversation earlier of what suits look like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna come in with my dick on the table and be like, no, fuck you, pay me. I want this, I want that. I know how to be a shark in that area. Yeah. But I've been that guy at mics to where comedians will come around and brag about bullshit they do, and you can't help but, even if they're not intentionally doing it, you can make somebody feel small and discouraged. Right. And that's, to me, is the opposite of what, like, creativity is supposed to be. So maybe that's just my people pleasing. I hear you're brave, my narcissist, become a criminal people pleaser. Mm-hmm. But I feel like in creative spaces, I'm not doing no good by trying to be like a sort of egomaniac with my peers.
Okay, so based on all that.
But in business world, I'm definitely an egomaniac. Sure.
Based on all of that, then what is your relationship to celebrity?
What you mean? Like, what celebrity?
Well, what is your feelings about celebrity and how do you navigate that?
Like, how often do you feel?
There's moments I feel it. There's moments I feel it, and I know, but also I have a healthy relationship with it, right? Yeah. Like, I know I've done some cool projects, I've done some cool things, but I also know, like, you still would have to look me up. Like, I know I don't have the, I feel like until you're a household name, until you're just a full ticket seller to where your name goes on the marquee and it's sold out in a minute, it's like, yo, you need to humble yourself and do the work. So to me, my relationship with celebrity is like, as long as it doesn't get in the way of creativity. Like with y'all show, I really think about, like, I had a good set last time, but I'm not gonna approach in a nutshell and be like, oh, I'm a smoking and just go. Like, no, it's like, oh shit, you could suck, you could bomb in this moment, like, yo, write and do something, like, take it serious, so.
And have you been writing?
No. I've been sketching. I've been writing, but I just saw where Eureka was, so.
And the story that you're telling is a story.
It's a Eureka.
That you told me before.
Yeah.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Have you done any version of it on stage before?
A little bit. A little bit.
This is weird to talk about something that they haven't heard yet, but there's a lot of complexities in that story that I'm wondering if you're going to delve into, because there's the funny part of it.
Yeah.
But you get your ass saved by a cop. And then there's the complexity of black men's relationship to the police. Yeah.
I used to joke when I had to stop joking about it, because, like, the looks I got from some black audience members afterwards was just diabolical. But I was like, I live in this weird space where I understand about, definitely police brutality is a problem. The relationships with police and black people in this country, minorities period, are just people, is atrocious. But I haven't had the worst experiences with the police. Right. Like, I remember the police called, I was staying up in Auburn, and the police called me because I lost my wallet. They're very accommodating. I remember, I have vivid memories of driving around Auburn, California, and then pulling over some white dude and, like, waving at me as I go by. So, but I can't tell those stories. You know what I mean? Like,
you can.
No, hell no. Fuck the police, man.
I told a story about a Hispanic cop helping me when I ran out of gas, going way out of his way.
Yeah.
And I have, he's passed away now, but I had an uncle who's black, and he tore me up over there. He wrote me, he's like, what the fuck's with that story, Keith? He's like, I've been a solid citizen all my life, and the cops have done nothing but chase me, shoot at me. Yep. And I was like, I'm sorry, Uncle Harold.
And I think that goes with it. It's like, even though I know I've had a pleasant experience, other people haven't.
Right.
And now this is where the arrogance comes out at. I also believe
It's complicated, right?
I know how to outmaneuver and outwit cops. I think when cops approach me, they expect a certain interaction. I think they know how it's gonna go. Like, oh, hey man, yeah. They're not gonna expect me to have a certain savvy with them. So I know how to be disarming with them. I know how to talk to them and I don't know. Maybe I sound arrogant saying that, but I know how to not outwit them, but I know how to kind of finesse them in a way of hey, this ain't gonna be that kind of interaction. But you're not dealing with it.
You kind of do that to your audience too, I think.
Not in a bad way. I hope not.
No,
okay.
it's complicated.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
How does it come? I never know how it comes off, but I hope it doesn't
You're
come off.
hilarious.
Yeah, but
I feel like there's an example of it right in front of us.
what?
Why don't you tell us why you're wearing glasses?
Oh God, no! It just gives you a look. It gives you a different kind of look. I feel like it. People trust you more. I do a bit about how white people trust you more, and even black people. I think glasses just make you look. I'm looking at two people wearing glasses. You're a writer, so you definitely need glasses.
She needs glasses too. But
So
she's
what do
not
I
wearing
look
them.
like? Because I'm not wearing glasses?
Hillbilly. But no, if glasses just give you, I think it transcends race. I think just people with glasses just have a different.
But you talk in your bit about looking less threatening to people when you put on the
100%.
glasses.
And now that I start wearing these cuffs, or what are they called? The scarves?
That's cools your neck?
No, a scarf, whatever
an
it is,
ascot?
a scarf, yeah.
Okay.
An ascot, yeah. If I could just look like a black artist, a hippie, it just helps me get by more. So, I didn't mean to go on that tangent, but...
So life, there is a lot of, and especially if you're someone who people are gonna make assumptions about, you can manipulate those assumptions.
In a way too, but then again, it's complicated because I still come from these neighborhoods or these areas, so some of that stuff is in me, and that's what I try. I think where I'm at in my life right now, what I think if I could change anything, it's the type of stuff you have to unlearn. There's so many things that I've learned about how I grew up that is so counter. It sets you up against success. Mm-hmm. So now that I'm navigating the spaces where I can grow and get opportunities, I'm clashing against these cultural things that I've been taught that have been so opposite of how the world works and how success works and how it moves that I feel like I'm at a late curve.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that haunts me now. That's why I joke with Keith. I'm always teach me the ways of the whites. Teach me how to talk to these people in these spaces, because I need to learn how to just stay calm in certain situations, or I think we all does that make sense? Not stay calm, but there's a way you can voice a grievance without burning a bridge or without going completely apeshit.
So you have to keep your wits about you.
And how do y'all do it? Because I feel like once you go, I call it a guerrilla tactic. I feel like the game is you have to get the black person angry enough to where we go off and get aggressive, because then once you get aggressive, now the cards is off the table. And we fall for it all the time. It's you're purposely fucking with me. So I'm hey, motherfucker. And it's whoa, sir, there's no need to cuss. We're going to have to ask you to leave.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you've been trying to be polite this whole time, but you've been pissed off to the point to where now that bridge is severed.
Well,
I don't know if any of that makes sense, man.
It makes sense. I mean, I feel like a
sense.
lot of life is kind of like that. That's just kind of what it's like dealing with people.
But how do y'all master that so early on?
Well, I don't.
No, I feel without being a stereotype, I feel like white people, y'all know how to suppress your anger in real time. And then I think that's why y'all get so insidious behind the scenes, right?
Maybe.
If I piss Aaron off
He's gonna ruin your life.
you know what I mean? He's forever working in the shadows because he had to sit on that anger as a man. He really wanted to be like, look, you fat motherfucker. But he sat on it, and so now he's at home like, this fat motherfucker. But he had enough sense to wait till he could go home and get me disbarred.
I actually think you're wrong. That
I hope I am.
That we actually have the privilege of getting to express our anger all the time. I mean, the President of the United States is constantly yelling and screaming. He said fuck on the news last night.
Did he?
He was talking about Iran and Israel, and he's all, no one knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
He's just a big moving temper tantrum, and so are almost all of his cabinet. They're yelling, red-faced, angry men.
Meanwhile, Barack Obama had to
and Barack had to be cool as shit all the time. He couldn't wear a tan suit.
Which is why the Key and Peele made a whole joke about him having an anger translator.
Right.
Because he was so cool that he could never show his anger.
So when you ask us to teach you the way of the whites, step one, be white.
No way to white. Okay.
Be an old white man.
Okay.
And then you'll be treated a certain way and enjoy that.
I just think it's a finesse y'all have. Like, it's just, y'all get so unbothered. The things that do bother and trigger y'all, I think, just culturally wouldn't bother us. And the things that bother us is just like juvenile. I think culturally I get hung up on principle. Like, principle has ruined so many black people's chances at success. Because we get hung up on principle. It's not, even if you move the plate, it's like, well, no, it's the principle. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, but that's the alarm.
That's actually my wife calling me.
Okay.
I have it on Do Not Disturb, but I forgot that my wife's...
She gets to bypass,
I just want to say really fast that I come from a narcissistic family, and I feel like I'm still trying to unlearn all this stuff that just seemed normal to me, but I'm finding out is not normal, you know.
But you don't ever strike me as a people pleaser. Do you feel like you were a people pleaser at that point, or is this something you changed? Or?
So I please people by hiding and not being in public.
Well, when I met you, there was nothing like hiding about you.
Well, this is me trying.
Got you.
Yeah, trying to unlearn it, trying to embrace all the things that I feel like I shouldn't be embracing, even when it comes down to groups, you know. Yeah. I've always being kind of proud to not be a joiner, and then realizing when I'm late in my life, oh, that's a bad thing that I'm not able to join, that I'm not a joiner. This has crippled me.
So you know what I mean.
But I can't quite stop doing it. You know, yes. I'm just kind of that way. I'm built that way, and it's very hard to counteract it.
Yeah. Because you watch your parents be such egregious people that you try to overcorrect the things that they do. And now I'm at the point where, oh no, egregious, horrible people win, and I need to be in the horrible. You need to be a Trump to. No, I'm just kidding.
And that's it.
Oh Lord. But no, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know how. Yeah, it's like, and then a party too is you don't want to be a person that completely blames your parents, but they do a number on you, and I think that's the hardest thing now is I feel like I'm getting rare opportunities. I feel like I'm getting some cool opportunities, and I'm not prepared for them. That's why the imposter syndrome comes in. I don't always have the knowledge and tools, but then I'm learning no one did really. Yeah. No one kind of.
I mean, the verdict's out on that. I mean, some people definitely, I think, got a step.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. There are people
please to give them a pass. Yeah, they were ready.
There are people in our scene who have the confidence and not the talent.
Yes.
And they sometimes get pretty far.
Yeah.
But then luckily there's also occasionally those rare gems that have both. Yeah. And we get to just all be happy for them and watch them do great.
Yes.
While we slug it out.
Mikey. No, I'm just kidding. But no, because I feel like he has that both and that duality. But no, for me, I just never want to. And I do get moments of arrogance. You do get moments of confidence. We all do. So I don't want to seem like I'm just always down on myself. But I just find it counterproductive when you're in the creative space. I hate y'all. I don't know if y'all been in a creative session and like that energy ruins the vibe of the room.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, let's put the fucking egos aside. Let's make dope shit. Because I'm arrogant enough to know the dope shit is going to win in the room. If I walk in a room and we got a dope script or we got a dope joke, or if I go do a taping and I know I got dope shit, then I'm that much even more in my bag. So that's why you see me on a taping. I feel like I do well because I know I've obsessed and did the work over here. And I was, I don't know if that,
Yeah.
I know we probably have to be wrapping up.
Yeah, and
but
I want to ask a question. Go ahead.
I have to ask you about this because before I knew you well, you were this kind of legendary figure.
Oh, Lord.
Because, no, I'm sincere.
Okay.
Because I was a little higher than you in the pecking order within our town.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing about this guy coming up who supposedly would go to Vegas or anywhere else where there was a comedy competition without a bus ticket home.
Yes.
And it was win so you could get home or be stuck and you'd go win.
Yep.
And is that arrogance, confidence, or just desperation?
Desperation. Mental illness. No, a little bit of both, man. It's you leaving? It's a little bit of I'll tell a quick story. It was I really don't take a lot of risks. I like safety nets. And the first competition I really won, where I had that moment, was Rooster Teeth Feathers. I had a car that had like tires needed to be changed. I had like a slow leak. One of the tires was bald. I had like no gas to get anywhere. The check engine light was on. I was on the phone with my ex at the time, like, oh, should I go? And she's like, no, the car could break down. That's gonna lead to more cost and like just very logistical. I'm just like, it's not worth it. And I don't know why, but at the gas station I was like, man, fuck it, go. And I just went and I won that night. And I just kept thinking about, like you had that moment of like, oh, how many other times have I let that fear hold me back from taking these risks? And that night has been a nightmare ever since, because now I am that person of like, man, fuck it, you got one-way ticket, go. Don't worry about it, get there, figure it out. So it has had its, wins, and I've been able to get some stuff from it, but there are those rough,
Did it blow up in your face ever where you were stuck somewhere?
Hell yeah. Man, and that leads to the arguments with Pops, where you like, when I gotta call my dad, I'm like,
send me some money for a bus ticket.
Oh, no.
Yeah, or even like, I think, I don't know if I should bring it up, but I'm like, there's times I probably hit you up and I'm like, yo, Keith, can you just send me $10 to, boom, boom, boom. Like, when you hitting up random people, or you hit somebody up so random, they're like, yeah, no, I'm busy. I'm at my mom's funeral. And you're like, oh, now you got to step walking back. You know what I mean? Because you just went through so I don't know if I should say that, but.
Well, if you are comfortable asking me for $10, I actually consider that an honor. And I'm totally being sincere. I hope that you would be comfortable enough that if you need $10 to get home, I'm the guy you'd hit up.
Man, because like this business, like it's all
100%.
Risks. It's all risks, and you gotta love it enough to take it, and for it to mean something. Going back to what you're saying about the relationship to celebrity, that's why this story was so hard for me to tell, because it really is that vulnerable state of, I think we all at some level we want wealth. And we want fame. I mean, that's part of just the American thing, right? Like, even if we don't really want it all the way, we want bits of it, right?
Yeah.
But for me, that overpowering thing is I legit just want to feel like, I really want to feel like my grandmother's sacrifice meant something, that I wasn't a fuck up. Because again, y'all don't understand, everyone in my family is a fuck up. Like, no one, like, her sacrifice meant nothing. This lady died poor in the ghetto. She was an educator. She spent her whole life raising kids for nobody to amount to shit, and for her life to mean nothing and her sacrifice to mean nothing. Like, I'm not saying my life will amount to anything, but like, yo, you really took me in when nobody wanted me. Like, at least I could like.
That's some weight to carry.
No, but
man.
no.
But it's good.
You make me so insecure.
No, but you're making it into a healthy thing. You're using it to drive yourself in a good way. But it's heavy.
It's unhealthy because I'm dealing with the wound of not ever having to say goodbye to this person, and she was not with that whole. She was always like, if you in jail or you strung out, don't call me. She was an educator. She would want me to finish and get my degree and graduate and do all these things. So for me, it's like, yo, for the last thing for you to find out is that I can't say goodbye to you and I'm locked up. I'm in sack count. You know what I mean? Like, it's what a disgusting way to thank somebody who gave you that sacrifice and that love. Like, what a waste of a fucking life.
Well, but you're not a fuck up.
But I'm trying to not now. That's what I'm saying. Like, thanks for saying that, but I'm trying to not be one. You know what I mean? But
And also, your grandma was kind, not nice.
she was very not nice. No,
Yeah,
she was,
so, I mean...
a very crotchety mean. No, yeah. But no, so I didn't mean to get all, like, sentimental on that. But, yeah, that's for me. It's like, I do want the fame and... You know, we can't help but to want to be great. But I think for me, it's just like, I would rather, like, not just, you know, I don't know. Everybody who's look out for me, I just don't want that sacrifice to be a waste. Because it's rare. Kindness is so rare to come across.
Yeah.
Everybody sticks their necks out for you. I don't know if y'all done that for someone. Y'all get them a job and, like, they get the job and they fuck up. It's like, come on, man. It's so hard to stick your neck out for somebody. It's so hard to sacrifice for people because we don't want to get burned.
Right.
We don't want to get fucked over. So when people actually do it, it makes me cringe. So I didn't mean to turn this into that. I meant to have fun stories.
No, this is perfect. This is great.
Did you have a closing question?
No, I think that maybe you'll have to come back after your next story so that we can like ask some more questions that we didn't get to.
Cool.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Dude,
you.
this is a great interview, actually. I feel like we got...
I appreciate hearing that.
I'm glad I'm not the one who has to edit it, but that was wonderful. We had some good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Who edits? Oh, fuck.